Alright, here we are for a Week 14 predictions video. Uh, Hopefully going to get back into doing these more often. I know that I myself and other people have been slacking on these, and that's what makes it's the best thing about our league. So we got to make sure we stay on this. Uh, got Dean here today, which is always exciting. Hear his thoughts and his opinions on things. We're going to do normal player of the week, yearly awards, shit like that, and then we'll do the schedule. There's 4 weeks left until the postseason, so probably starting next week or maybe the week after. We're gonna start. I'm gonna start trying to get the playoffs broke down, see what people need to do to be able to make it. It's very top heavy, especially in the AFC. There's not a real race. It's more about positioning. In the NFC, the last couple spots, it's going to be really exciting. The last couple weeks, to see who gets what and where and things like that. I think y'all are going to end up with somebody on the outside looking in when it gets to that time.
I'm
Um,
looking at Savage. Savage is at number 8 right now.
is he? Yeah. He's like 8-4 though, right? I mean, he's not having like a bad year or anything.
I think he's 7-5, but he needs me to lose 2 games because I beat him head to head. So,
Oh, you're the 7 seeds right now?
yep.
Wow. Maybe he'll get the Niners start dropping games too, because he lost
Yeah,
last week
it's
to the
the
Cardinals.
division is still close, but I think that he's beat him twice. Do you have the awards up? Looking at the
Yes,
awards.
yes I do.
So for
The
the
Yeah, go ahead.
NFC, Zeus White, 214 yards, 4 touchdowns. Would have had more, but Jason jinxed him, got him hurt in the fourth quarter. But Zeus is back for this week. Great game for him on defense. Falcons with Keon Crossan, 2 tackles, 3 picks.
214 yards in 3 quarters. Jesus. Um, AFC side, offensive player of the week, Jalen Darden, rookie wide receiver for the Bills. 12 catches, 319 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And then AFC Defensive Player of the Week, Sean Wade, with 3 tackles, 2 picks, and 2 touchdowns. I was looking at the Bills roster when I was doing Darden's boost just a second ago, and it made me start to think about number one picks. Um, Unless something drastic happens, Julian Fleming, his first round pick from the year before, may end up being the biggest bust of the year for us. Um, he's only like a 74 overall or something like that.
That's the one he traded first to get first overall pick, I think.
Yep, yep, definitely.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, and the yearly awards, MVP race is going to be just White. Yep, it's his to lose at this point. Ritter, Milrow, that's a little interesting. Only at 75 overall, but good for him. Um, and then Shipley and Bowman, both two good running backs for the Saints and Chargers. Coach of the year, Savon leads the way. You got Nat K and E Fly. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Henry Ruggs is putting up absolutely stupid, ridiculous numbers over there for the Raiders, even if it's not translating to W's. Followed by DeMarcus Bowman and Joe Mixon. Defensive Player of the Year, Malachi Moore. This one is probably sold right now in Week 14 for the DPOY. Then Devon Wilson and Tremaine Edmonds. Offensive Rookie of the Year, DeMarcus Bowman and Jalen Darden, both having pretty ridiculous years. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Malachi Moore, Noah Taylor, Dante Manning. QB is Tua, running back is Bowman, wide receiver is Henry Ruggs, offensive line is Trent Brown, defensive line is Kayvon Thibodeau, best linebacker is Tremaine Edmonds, best defensive back is Malachi Moore, and best kicker is Brandon McManus of the Broncos. How about the NFC side, Dean?
NFC, I'm looking at it right now. So Zeus White, it's going to take home the MVP and the Offensive Player of the Year unless something changes. Desmond Ritter's had a great season too. He's at second. I know that Jimmy is pretty mad that Shipley's fallen to third in some of these awards, but Shipley's not quite the caliber player as Zeus. He can't put up those numbers. Defensive Player of the Year, Jabril Peppers. Really not surprised with the year Eli having. Peppers is usually his guy. Jackson and Dixon from the Bears and Seahawks also contending. Rookie of the Year should go to Shipley, unless Milrow ends the season really strongly. He's a close second. Lance Dixon for the Seahawks, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Um, Hopefully he makes the playoffs, but he might just get that award and not even be in the tournament. Best quarterback, Desmond Ritter, Milrow, top two. Probably can get one of those guys. Milrow might have the upper hand depending on how Fly finishes the season. Running back, Zeus White, that's predictable. Receiver, Marvin Mims, I'm not really familiar with him, but he must be the Redskins' new guy.
Yeah, he's having a big year for him.
For D line, Chase Young and Montez Sweat first and second. So I think that the football team must be getting a lot of sacks, a lot of pressure on the quarterback, as they should with those two guys. Best linebacker, Lance Dixon, the rookie for the Seahawks. Best DB, Jabril Peppers. And the Peso Kid Award, Best Kicker, this year my kicker, first overall.
Wow,
J.K.
look at that.
Scott,
He's a
the
punter,
only
isn't he?
award.
You changed him over?
Yeah, he's been a kicker since Crosby retired, so it's like his third season as a kicker. But if
Okay.
he gets that superstar boost, I'll be kicking 65 yarders just like Peso.
Is he?
So
Is he? Remember, we said he has to be perfect on the year as well. They have to win the award and be perfect on the year. So is he?
we'll have to check. I don't know. I don't kick many field goals, so I'm surprised he's even first.
He is. He's 15 of 15.
There we
So
go.
he's
We'll
doing
keep it
what he's got to
up.
do.
I'll probably miss one this today. So
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna block one today. Is what's gonna happen. Um, let's look at the schedule here. Also, speaking of blocks, I don't know if you've noticed. For like the past like 6 months, basically, I haven't seen a punt block, and in the past couple weeks, I've seen like 3 or 4. So I don't know what's going on, but they're a lot more prevalent, especially if you're kicking from your own end zone.
I've been trying to get some. I haven't got anything, so I don't know.
Um, let's do these predictions. Oh shit, I haven't updated Daddy Leagues. But week 14, here we go. Got the Colts at the Titans. Colts are. Um, did he win last week over Chap? He did. So he's 4 and he should be like 4 and 10. The Titans are like 1 and 12. He's trying to get himself adjusted back to how he needs to be. Both these teams like to run the football, what I can tell. At least the Titans had a lot of success with Derrick Henry whenever I played him. Um, Here I've got Daddy Leagues 4 and 8 and 2 and 10. Both of them in my division, so I know them. I think that the Colts are significantly less turnover prone. And I think that's going to be the difference in the game. Probably slightly better on defense as well, while the Titans probably a little better offensively if he doesn't turn the ball over. I'm going to take the Colts to win this game on the road. It'll be. I'm going to try to give a score for each game today. So I'm going to say Colts win 27-21 on the road. What you got, Dean?
I'm going with the Titans. I don't know what the score's going to be, but I just got faith in him as a user. He's hasn't earned any respect yet here, but I think he's going to start working on it, getting some wins. Next game, Steelers at the Bengals. I think this could be an upset for the Steelers, but Quick usually takes care of business, so I got the Bengals winning that one by about 2 scores.
I like it. Steelers had a really good year last year. He even seemed to have Quick's number both games. He beat him once, and the other game was relatively close, if I remember correctly. Um, Steelers like to run the ball. He plays, pretty good defense. Quick likes to run the ball. He can pass as well. Good defense. I'm going to take the Bengals to win this game, of course. I'm going to say Quick's been down the last couple weeks. He's been struggling. He did stop Dwayne's run game. I want to say last week or the week before. No, 2 weeks ago, whenever they played. But the game was close nonetheless. So I'm going to take the Bengals to win 31-10. 31-10. Next, we have
Bucks, Bucks
the
Giants, man.
It's gonna be fun.
These guys got some
I'm
history.
excited for it. Yeah. These two always talk shit whenever they play each other. Bucks coming in at 3-9. Giants are 11-1. Efly's having his best year he's had yet. He blew out the Hawks last week, so he's got to be riding high. His rookie QB is doing good things. I think he's just gonna be way too much for the Bucks to handle. Especially his defense looks really good. Efly's that is. His linebacking core maybe the best 4 linebackers in the league. So I'm gonna take the Giants to win this game, probably pretty handily, but there'll be a lot of trash talk after this game is played, I'm sure. So I'll take the Giants to win 49-17.
Yeah, I'm taking the Giants to win the game and the trash talk, so I got you fly 2-0 this week. Saints
All
at the
right.
Panthers. Jimmy heading into Carolina. Could be a close game, but Saints wants to at least lock up. I think he's in position for the 2 seed right now. I don't think he wants to lose that, so I see Jimmy winning this one.
Yeah, Saints at 9-3. Panthers are 5-7. He'd have to basically win out to make the playoffs, so I know he's feeling motivated to do that. But Jimmy is a lot, especially when you're trying to move the ball against him. Um, so I think that's just gonna be too much for him. I expect Shipley to have a relatively big day, and I'm gonna pick the Saints to win 38 to 10 on the road. Next, we have the Texans at the Patriots. Texans heading into this game 3-9. Pats are 4-8. Both of them did not meet the expectations I think they were walking into the season with. Um, Both of them could have been French playoff teams, I think. Pat's still developing. Justin Fields looks pretty well. Kareem Hunt's been having a pretty good year since his switch over to the Patriots from the Jaguars. Um, I expect the defensive side of the ball to be the difference in this game, and I think the Patriots just a little better there as well. So I'm going to take a really close game here, but the Pats win 24-21 over the Texans.
I have to go with the Patriots too. The Texans roster. I mean, since he's got back, the Texans user hasn't really been bad, but that roster is not hard to win with. So the Patriots been here for. I've been building. I think his team's got the advantage, and he'll take the win. Vikings at the Lions. They've already started, so hopefully Herc's up big right now. In
Three to
my
three
case,
in the
but
second quarter. No, 3-2. Vikings are winning in the second quarter.
there we go. That sounds like some Herc football. 3-2. I'm gonna take the Lions to win, but if Herc can't pull the upset, that would help the Packers out. We're trying to win this division. So
I lost Peso last week after making some bold claims in the fourth quarter. So I not one to be underestimated. Herc came out guns guns firing to start the year, but it looks like he's slowed down for the most part since then. Um, the Vikings are 5-7 on the year, while the Lions are 9-3. Actually, in position, looks like to be able to possibly get a 2 seed or something like that if he can keep winning games, and if he can get a loss from Jimmy and the that would benefit him. I'm going to take Peso to win the game. I know he's down 3-2 right now. I think he'll rebound. He'll get his offense moving. I don't think Herc will be able to move the ball as well. Peso's a good defensive user for the most part.
if you
Um,
go back to Week 11 and look at the Packers Vikings game, you can kind of see where Herc's season got unrailed. And actually, if you look right at halftime, I'm not sure if you're pulling it up or not, but at halftime, Herc had scored 14 and 14 in the first two quarters. Was up 28-17 at the half. Second half, he scored five in the third and six in the fourth. So that's since then the wheels kind of fell off for Herc. He hasn't won a game since like week 9. So it really was a good start for him. But like you said, he's kind of barely hanging on now, about to get eliminated from the playoffs if Peso beats him.
Probably so. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Lions to win the game. I'll say I don't know, it's 23-10. Uh, Next we have the Cowboys playing on the road to the Browns. Cowboys lost the close game last week to the Eagles 31-28. The Browns got blown out by the Skins. So he's definitely got to get some things figured out. Uh, Cowboys like to run the ball. I don't know too much about this new Browns user really yet. I'm trying to get him filled out. People keep talking like he's really good, but then when I've watched him play, the only two times I've watched him play, he lost both games. So I don't know. Um, I'm gonna take him to win the game, but not sure by a score. Go ahead.
Yeah, I get the Browns to win, but I think Zeke goes over 20 carries and 100 yards today in a losing effort for the Cowboys. Jets at the Bills. Um, DTR and the Jets made some strides this year. I think he's scoring a little bit more than he typically does. He's really liking his new quarterback, which I'm glad to hear. Finally has a quarterback, but he's not going to beat J Drop this week. I got the Bills by a score of 31-13.
I think there is not a snowball's chance in hell that Drop only ends up with 31 points. No disrespect to Jack and the Jets. I think the better part of his game is his offense for sure. So I expect a little bit of a higher scoring affair because he has been doing pretty well offensively since he's gotten DTR. I think he definitely does like his quarterback. But the Bills are rolling on both sides of the ball. That game is underway as well. There should be a stream. I don't know if there is because let me see. 1 second, let me post about it in chat. But I'm going to take the Bills to win this game pretty big. I'm not exactly sure of a score. Somewhere in the 50s or somewhere in the 30s or 20s or something like that. Next, we have the Redskins playing on the road at the 49ers. This is one of our games of the week. Um, the Skins coming in at 10-2, while the Niners are 8-4. Skins definitely hoping for a loss or he fly down the road here. He has an outside chance at the 1 seed. There's a big difference between the 1 and And when you start talking about
5.
like the five, yeah, so that's a real big difference who you're going to play if you're going to play in the first round. Niners have looked good, I've thought, most of the year, but struggled last week with the Cardinals. Rob's not a bad user, but I thought that was a game he would win. These are two NFC teams, so I don't know either. I don't play either one of them a good bit. I know that you've played both of them relatively well. Um, I'm going to take the Skins to win on the road. I think Desmond Ritter's the X factor here. He's just going to have more success. I look for a low scoring game, though. I'm going to say 21-17 football team on the road.
Yeah, the football team, so I play them, it seems like once a year, it just depends, I guess, but I think I've beat him every time, but every time it seems like I'm not going to beat him. He's a really good user. So the 49ers is as good of a user, if not better. However, the football team has been building that team from day one the way he wants. He's got probably the best, outside of Tua, he's got the best young quarterback in the league, Caleb Ritter, and he's got Sweat and Young on defense. So if the 49ers win, it's going to be, just the user overcoming a better team. The football team's got the better roster, and he's been hot, so I got him to win. But, with the 49ers, user being pretty talented, it's definitely possible for that one to go either way. The Dolphins at the Rams. Um, Hopefully this game finishes. I played the Rams last week, and he was having some connection issues. We only got to about the third quarter. I was hoping for a shutout. Lost it because of the game cutting out. But Dolphins, he's going to put up at least, I don't know, at least 55 points this game, maybe 60. So for the Rams, I challenge you, hold them under 50. I got the Dolphins winning big.
The Dolphins put up 73 on the Broncos last week, and Jay Will is considered one of the better defensive users in this league. Um, I don't know what to think about that. I know that Delark is not a bad offensive user, but he seems to struggle on the defensive side of the ball. Um, I think this will be in the 60s or 70s. He'll score a lot of points to not much. Not a game looking forward to watching. Um, do you mind doing the Falcons 2 Player of the Week boosts while we're doing this, since I've got the stream up on my screen for Keon Croston and Zeus White?
All right, I got it.
Appreciate it. Because he's fixing to start his game. We got the Bears at the Cardinals. Bears are 8-6. Cardinals 5-7. Chris kind of seems like he's got things rolling in the right direction now. Definitely going to try to make himself a good push here towards the playoffs. He's got some tough games down the stretch that he's going to need to win to make it there. Rob, with the big win last week, kind of put himself in position to. I mean, he's got to win out, but he may have a shot to make the postseason as well. Um, Chris lost close to the Falcons last week. I think that he'll rebound this week. I think this will be a closer game than people are expecting, maybe looking at the record of the two teams. But I'll take the Bears to win on the road. I'll go 28-14 or something like that.
Yes, that's a tough one. I would go with the Bears normally. I guess I still will. I just know that he said last week he's not sure if he wants to even win anymore, which I guess we'll just assume he's trying to win. If he tries to win, I think he will win. I hope he tries to win. I mean, you should always try to win because he's not eliminated yet. So
Yeah.
hopefully he tries to win. If he does, if he plays his best football, I think he'll be victorious. I hope so too. I got the Cardinals first round draft pick, so go
That's right, you
Bears.
do. I know you're doing the boost, so I'll go ahead and do the next one too. The Raiders are 5-7 on the road, playing the 0-12 Chiefs. These two really good friends in real life. They work together. They live pretty close. I think they're neighbors, actually. So they probably play each other a lot. So maybe judging at the record, you think the Raiders is a better user, but maybe they've played enough that the games are closer. Um, I just don't know what to think about Savage since he's came back. He's only won, I think, maybe a game or two. I think he's trying to get the Chiefs roster figured out exactly, but he's got a lot of talent over there. So I think he's got a chance. Raiders cannot stop the run at all. So if the Chiefs can start running the ball, I think he has a really good chance to win this game. But I'm going to take the Raiders to win close. Henry Ruggs is going to be the X factor. Um, 31-28 on the road, Raiders.
You said it's Raiders against
Chiefs.
Seahawks?
Chiefs.
Chiefs. Okay, okay. I thought you said Seahawks. I was thinking in my head
No.
like, that doesn't make sense. So I'm gonna go with the Raiders. His offense with Henry Ruggs very hard to stop.
All right. This one is one of my favorite games every year. They play twice a year. The Broncos 9-3 versus the 8-4 Chargers. Every single time they play, it's a good game. And I think London told me last time they've split every single season. They split their matchups or something like that. So that's really impressive. This game could be for the division. If the Chargers win the game, they'll both be 10 and no, they'll both be 9-4 heading into the last couple weeks. So this could be a really big game. Broncos won the first matchup. Uh, Jay Will gave up a lot of points last week on defense, and he didn't even score that many. Chargers, London's a really good offensive and defensive user, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Almost beat Jimmy last week. I'm going to take the Chargers to win this game at home. I like them in a close defensive game, 17-13, Chargers.
I'm also going to. Actually, this is a tough game. I like what Jay Will
Yep.
can do, but London also one of the best users in here. Him being the home team. I'm not sure who won the first matchup. We check. Um, like you said, usually they
I
split.
think the the Broncos won the first matchup. Sorry to cut you off again. Is COD? Have we capped that at 92? I thought that was just speed, acceleration, and strength.
I've been capping every +1 in 92. So he did man. Those two are done.
Oh,
He's
okay,
got
okay,
plus
okay.
one
Yeah,
for
I see.
man.
I see now. My bad. Yeah.
I got the Chargers winning at home. Probably a close game. I'd say a field goal, 23-20 win for the Chargers.
I like it. Let's save our game for last. I think because it'll be the most interesting one of the games of the week. Are you back on
I
the?
said, yeah, I said my
Okay.
fourth one. Go Packers. All right, next.
Oh, okay.
Seahawks, Falcons.
um, Go ahead. I'll let you take the lead on this one.
Seahawks and Falcons. Savage just about eliminated. I mean, he's not eliminated. He needs to win. He can win, but if he loses this game, he'll fall to 7-6. Assuming the Packers win, the Packers would be at 9-4, and Savage basically be 3 games back. If the Packers lose, that gives him a chance, but he really needs to take care of his own business and win. If he wins out 11-5, he can hope that maybe somebody will, like either the Packers, or the Lions, or one of these teams can fall. But we know that, but the football team 10-2, they're not going to drop 5 out of 6 games more than likely. So Savage really kind of has to win this game, and I think he will. I got him winning. In a shootout, both teams are going to score a lot, but I got the Seahawks winning by a field goal.
I think that his best chance to make the playoffs is probably the 49ers. He's only one game ahead of him, so um, I'm not sure who won their games between each other, but that's probably his best shot, especially with the Niners having a tough game this week as well. I'm going to take the Seahawks to win this game on the road. I really like Zeus White to have a good game for the Falcons. He's going to be tough to stop. Seattle's got a good passing attack. Um, I really don't have a better answer for you other than I think that Marcus is just a slightly better user, and that's going to come into play. Maybe a turnover by the Falcons late or something like that. Could be wrong. Giants had a pretty good game against the Hawks last week, but I'll take the Seahawks to win on the road. Next, we got the Eagles at the Ravens. Eagles 4-8, Ravens 5-7. Um, I think this could be a really good game. They match up relatively well against each other. I expect the Ravens defensive line to have a pretty good day though against this Eagles offensive line, um, and expect the Ravens to run the ball a lot. So I'm going to take Chap to win the game at home, 21-17 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, Chap should win this game because he turns the ball over less, and he's got Lamar Jackson. So, honestly, Chap, if you're listening, you should win a lot more games with Lamar Jackson. So, hopefully, you at least win this one. Good luck to those two teams.
Well, he
With the Seahawks, I was looking at his schedule. He's lost to the 49ers once, pretty bad, and they play next week. So if Savage
yeah,
does win this game,
that's the season.
next
Okay,
week
next
is
week,
next
yeah.
week is his season on the line. So that's gonna be fun to watch.
Um, what was I gonna say? God damn it, I just lost it. Oh, with Chap, I've talked to him about the Lamar Jackson thing. I have Kyler Murray, so I generally run the ball a good bit with my quarterback. He doesn't think it's very sim style, I guess, to run with Lamar. I told him sometimes, bro, you gotta roll out and you're running. You just gotta take off. um, I think he'd have a lot more success if he ran the ball more with Lamar.
I
Uh,
I think if Lamar Jackson didn't run in real life, he probably wouldn't be a starting quarterback. So
no, probably not.
it's definitely sim for Lamar Jackson to run a little bit.
Um, Well, we know in Madden the best way to run the ball is call a pass play and then run with the quarterback like that. I guess it's more design runs in real life. I'm not sure. The coup de grace of the week, definitely the best game though. I think is ours. Um, you're 8-4. I'm 9-3. I'm coming off a loss last week against Peso. Did not play well. What did you do last week?
I was beating the Rams and the
That's right.
connection cut us out. But the Packers are fun fact. They are six and one in games that don't have lag this year. The one loss was to Jimmy. So
Well,
pretty good connection. Packers are going to lock in. I feel confident that after watching that footage last week,
oh
the
god.
Jaguars got to play a lot better if they want to win this week.
we
So
were we were focused on our superstar upgrade, I guess. I mean, I don't want to use that excuse because I played a bad game down the stretch. Definitely. You know when I called the little loop pass to Brees Hall, they got picked off and almost ran back for a
yep.
touchdown. I thought about it. I really did. I said this is the third time I've run that this game. He's gonna jump it. And I just made a bad call. Interesting about this game is I would say we are definitely passing users this Madden. But both of us have young running backs that we've been building over the last couple weeks in this season. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they kind of add into it. Um, I think this one's going to come down to turnovers probably. Whoever turns the ball over more will probably lose the game. I expect it to be good connection. Hopefully we'll stream. You may have to ask McDonald's if they don't mind turning off like their blenders and their other stuff like that. So
They got
hopefully
Wi-Fi blenders, man.
yeah, Wi-Fi
That's
blenders, bro.
badass.
Yeah. Anything electrical in the building. All the
Yep.
smartphones take off, and it might be better for you. So hopefully this game will be streamed, and we're gonna kick off here in a second. I want us both to do our three keys to victory for the game. Um, I'll go first. The Jaguars, we need to run the ball with Kyler Murray. It's our X factor, if you want to call it that. We have more success when we do it. So I'm gonna kind of get back into that since he's come off injury. I haven't been running much. Got to force turnovers on the defensive side of the ball, especially not getting beat deep. I have really, really good, fast defensive backs. So they got to make sure that Terry and Judy and Devontae Adams don't kill them there. Um, and then it's going to be about getting the run game going. I mean, the pass is where you have more success in Madden, but you have to be able to run the ball in games against good users. So that's going to be exciting. All right. Um, what you got, Dean? What are your three keys to
Yeah, I agree
victory
with
and then your
those keys
prediction?
of victory. It's always going to be turnovers, and that could go either way this game, depending on who's playing a better game, because both teams have good defenses, good quarterbacks, and both users can force the ball if they're not on their game. So turnovers are big. The run game's big. I was looking at my stats last week. I remember I told you I had almost 150 yards with my running back before the game cut out.
Yeah.
The CPU decided to use Aaron Jones instead of my rookie running back. So,
Oh,
so
that's tough.
Bigsby's he's missing some XP. Hopefully we get him going
He's gonna be
today.
running
But
angry, is what you mean. He's gonna be running angry.
I mean he's probably going to fumble. He fumbled 3 times against the Vikings a few weeks ago. But either way, it's gonna be a good game. Turnovers definitely are key. Thanks everybody for tuning in. That's all we got this week.
Oh, we got to hit our prediction first. We uh we got to do our prediction for the game. I just thought about that. We went through all that other stuff. The Jaguars are gonna win this game. Uh, it's gonna come down to turnovers, like we said, and we're gonna have more success running the ball. So I'm picking a Jaguars 38 to 28 victory over the Packers.
I got the Packers by a score of 31-10.
Oh.
Go Packers.
Okay, we'll see about that. Disrespectful. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining in for the video, and get your games in. Stream the ones that are supposed to be